Hi students, welcome to second year accountancy class. We are in the third chapter, that is accounting for not for profit organization. Okay, previously we have done with depreciation, then consignment. The third chapter, accounting for not for profit organizations. I have given you the introduction about this chapter, and in previous class we have discussed about the differences between capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, then capital receipts and revenue receipts. So I hope now you are clear with the nature of items, what are capital expenses and what are revenue expenses, what are capital receipts and what are revenue receipts. I hope you understood well. Otherwise, you watch that video repeatedly and you can understand what exactly capital items means, because that is very important to prepare final accounts of any firm, either it is non-profit organization or profit trading concern. You must know the difference between capital items and revenue items. Okay, so that we have done in previous class. Now in this class we are going to understand what are the various accounts we need to prepare as part of accounting for not-for-profit organization. Some of you may get a doubt, sir, this non-trading concerns are accounting, not-for-profit organizations are not working for profit, and why should they prepare accounts? Generally we know that various business organizations go for accounting only to know the profit or loss of the business activities and financial position. But we are saying that these organizations are working with service motive, and why do they need accounting? Okay, so remember that any organization requires accounting because they are accountable to the funds. Accountable means they need to show what they have done with the funds received from various sources. What are the major sources of incomes for a non-trading concern, and how do they spend that amount? That we will see in the next class. So whenever you receive some amount from someone as some charity, some donation, some subscription, some entry fees, it is the responsibility of the firm to show in what way they have spent. So at the end of the year, what is the amount left with them or any shortage? So it is the responsibility of the non-trading concern to depict, to show what are the total amounts they have received and in what way they have spent. So in order to record all these transactions, every non-profit organization will have to prepare 3 accounts. First one is receipts and payments account, second is income and expenditure account, third is balance sheet. So for your examination point of view, at intermediate level, you are learning only preparation of income and expenditure account. Now at this level, at intermediate second year level, you are learning only this one, income and expenditure account. You need not prepare this one because it is already given in the question. Like in first year, when you are preparing final accounts of a trading concern, you are given the trial balance followed by the adjustments by seeing that you have prepared trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Similarly, in second year, in order to prepare income and expenditure account, the examiner will give you receipts and payments account followed by some adjustments. Already you might have gone through the problems and already you are well versed with that. So by seeing this receipts and payments account and given adjustments, you will be preparing income and expenditure account. We don't prepare balance sheet now. It is deleted because of this COVID, and as this chapter has got only weightage of 10 plus 2, 12 marks. So 10 marks question, if they give balance sheet, it will be very lengthy. So for the past 4 to 5 years, at IPE level, at intermediate level, they are not asking balance sheet, they are asking only income and expenditure account. So in order to prepare income and expenditure account, you should know what exactly receipts and payments account and what is the income and expenditure account. Okay, balance sheet you know already. It is the statement of liabilities and assets. Balance sheet is the statement of liabilities and assets. You all know that. Left hand side you will write all the liabilities like capital, creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses, bank overdraft. Asset side you will write cash in hand, cash at bank, furniture, machinery, land, building. Okay, then closing stock. So ultimately that will get tallied. So you all know balance sheet of a trading concern or a non-trading concern doesn't differ much. Okay, only in case of trading concern we call it as capital. Here we call capital fund. So anyhow we are not going to prepare balance sheet, leave it that. Okay, so you need to understand what is a receipts and payments account and what is a income and expenditure account and the differences between those two. If you understand this, it becomes very easy to prepare income and expenditure account. Now, try to understand that receipts and payments account is almost similar to your first year cash book. Receipts and payments account is similar to your cash book. What we used to write in cash book? All the cash receipts, all the receipts of cash or bank items were recorded on the debit side. All the payments were recorded on the credit side. For preparation of cash book, we were following the rule of real account. What is the rule of real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here, this receipts and payments account starts like this one. Always you will have two balance brought down, opening balance, followed by various items of receipts like two donations, whatever you receive, two subscriptions, okay, two entrance fees, two legacy, okay, like that various receipts you will have. Here you will have payments, buy salaries, buy sports equipment, buy books, buy some fees, whatever it may be, buy postage. Like that you will have payments. At the end, you will have closing balance. Buy balance carried down. These are all receipts. Receipts minus payments will give you closing cash balance. This will be given to you in the question. This is already given. And followed by this receipts and payments account, you are given the adjustments. Okay. So remember, this receipts and payments account is prepared based on the principle of real account. What does real account states, ma? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Very simple. Even if you are asked to prepare receipts and payments account in the examination, simply you read the statement like we did in the last year 3-column cash book. So paise aaye to debit, gaye to credit. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out is the rule of real account. That's what we have to do. So generally 99% they will give you a receipts and payments account and you have to prepare income and expenditure account. Now, what is income and expenditure account? It is the account prepared based on the rule of nominal account. What does the nominal account rule says? Expenses and losses are to be debited, incomes and gains are to be credited. So that is the reason when you prepare income and expenditure account, income and expenditure account, we write down expenses and losses on the debit side, incomes and gains credit side. So it is very simple. So when you are given this one and asked you to prepare this one, simply take on the opposite side. So buy salaries will become 2 salaries. Sports equipment will not come because it is capital nature. Books will not come, it is capital nature. Fees will come, it will come 2 fees. Buy postage will become 2 postage. 2 items will become buy items will become 2. Exclude the capital items. What are the capital items? Assets and liabilities. Like 2 balance brought down, don't take. Buy balance carried on, don't take. Already you have learned how to do the problems. Now let us understand the differences between these two. Clear? Type of account. Just now as I told you, what is the nature of the account of receipt and payments account and income and expenditure account is, just few minutes back I told you, receipts and payments account. Here R and P means receipts and payments account is a real account. Receipts and payments account is a real account. Income and expenditure account is a nominal account. Okay. That means here we follow the rule of debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here we follow the rule of debit expense and losses, credit incomes and gains. That means when you prepare income and expenditure account, take all expenses and losses on the debit side, incomes and gains on the credit side. How do you find, where do you find all these incomes and expenses? In the given receipts and payments account. So this buy salaries will become 2 salaries. Okay, this will not come because it is capital nature. Books will not come, capital nature. Buy fees will become 2 fees. Buy postage will become 2 postage. Similarly here, 2 donations will become buy donations. Okay, 2 subscriptions will become buy subscriptions. 2 entrance fee will become buy entrance fees. These legacies will not come because it is of capital nature. So, what does it includes? What do we write on debit side and what do we write on credit side? I have given clearly. Just you go through this table, you will understand. Receipts are shown on debit side. While preparing receipts and payments account, we show receipts of cash on debit side, payments of cash on credit side. Whereas in income and expenditure account, incomes are shown on credit side. Incomes are shown on credit side. Expenses or expenditure is shown on debit side. Because its rule is nominal account. Debit expense and losses, credit incomes and gains. Next, structure. How do we have, whether it is a account nature or a statement nature? So, just I told you that it is a summary of cash and bank transactions. Okay. Receipts and payments account is a summary of cash and bank transactions, means whether cash is coming in or going out we write. Similarly, bank transactions also, whether money is deposited into bank or money is withdrawn from the bank. So all that cash and bank items are recorded in the receipts and payments account. And in income and expenditure account is the summary of income earned and expenditure incurred. In a particular year, what are the various incomes we have received and what are the various expenditure we have incurred, that we have to record in income and expenditure account. Next, opening balance. So in the account, whether there will be opening balance or not, if it is there, what it represents. So remember that receipts and payments account will have the opening balance. This opening balance shows cash and bank balance in the beginning of the year. Receipts and payments account always starts with the opening balance of cash and bank of that particular year. Whereas income and expenditure account will not have any opening balance. Income and expenditure account will not have any opening balance. Either debit side or credit side, you will not have opening balance. But always receipts and payments account will have a opening balance. Closing balance. Same, receipts and payments account will have a closing balance showing the cash balance or bank balance at the end of the year. Income and expenditure account will not have opening balance but will have closing balance. That closing balance shows either surplus. If the balance is on the debit side, we get surplus. This is this side. The balance is on credit side. It shows deficit. Okay. Income and expenditure account will not have opening balance, but will have closing balance. So the closing balance may be either surplus or deficit. That means if your income is more than expenditure, you will get surplus. Unfortunately, your expenditure is more than income, you will have deficit. So simply remember, if the balance is on the debit side, it is surplus. If the balance is on credit side, it is deficit. Next, contents. What does we write in these accounts? While preparing receipts and payments account, we include both capital items and revenue items. What are capital items and revenue items? Already we have discussed it. Okay. So while preparing the receipts and payments account, we do not show any difference between the capital nature and revenue nature. We take both. We take capital receipts, revenue receipts. We take capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Both we take in the receipts and payments account. But while preparing income and expenditure account, we take only revenue items. Only revenue items we include. That means we take revenue incomes and revenue expenses. So that is the reason in my previous class I told you, your preparation of accounts and your understanding of this chapter, not-for-profit organizations, depends upon on 4 words: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, capital receipts and revenue receipts. If you understand the meaning of these 4 terms, then it becomes very easy to prepare income and expenditure account and all the accounts of not-for-profit organizations. Next, adjustments. As you all know, right from first year, adjustments like outstanding, prepaid, depreciation, okay, bad debts, such type of adjustments are there. You are used to that in final accounts. So while preparing receipts and payments account, we need not treat any adjustments like outstanding are to be added, prepaid are to be subtracted, we have to provide depreciation. Such adjustments are not required for receipts and payments account. Whereas for income and expenditure account, we have to treat the adjustments. If any expenditure is outstanding, we have to add. Any expenditure is prepaid or advance income, that is to be subtracted. Already you have that experience of preparing. Then accrued items like outstanding income, okay, expenses. Accrued means outstanding. Income to be received or expenditure is to be paid, still to be paid. Such accrued items are not required, not included in this receipts and payments account. Whereas in income and expenditure account, in order to get the accurate surplus or accurate deficit, we have to include the accrued items also. Accrued means expenditures still payable or income still receivable. Such items are also to be included, for which we are preparing income and expenditure account for a particular time period. So these are the differences between receipts and payments account and income and expenditure account. Though in intermediate this theory question may not be asked, but when you go for graduation next year, BCom first year, second semester, this question will be given for 12 marks. Very important. And in interviews also, many times this question will be asked: what do you know about accounts of not-for-profit organizations? So having theoretical concept is very important. So go through this video again and again.